Hello everyone, this is grade 5 lesson 6, the quest for the tree kangaroo. So we'll be discussing vocabulary, text, and skill of lesson 6. Our objectives are unlock vocabulary in context and use new vocabulary words in sentences, describe the features of an informational text, and apply the skill, cause, and effect. So let's begin with vocabulary in context. Number 1 is dwarfed. This baby kangaroo is dwarfed by the larger mother kangaroo. So you can see in the picture that, of course, the mother is bigger than the baby. So dwarfed in the sentence means made smaller by comparison. Number 2 is presence. Wildlife photographers have to be careful that their presence doesn't scare away animals. Because if they do scare away the animals, they wouldn't be able to take good pictures of these wild animals. Now, what is the meaning of presence in this sentence? Presence means the current existence of someone or something. Number 3, procedure. The veterinarian explained the procedure and said the cat would be fine. So what is the meaning of procedure in here? It's something that's done by a doctor, like a veterinarian who's a doctor for animals, right? But it can also be done by anyone who's following a step-by-step process. So procedure in this sentence means a method or a system of doing something. So in this case, because the cat underwent a procedure, it may be that the cat underwent surgery or the veterinarian did something to heal the cat because it is sick. Number 4 is outfitted. This woman is outfitted or equipped with a glove to protect her from the owl's talons. So just to make it clear, talons would be the fingernails, okay, of an animal, specifically in the sentence, a bird, the owl. Okay, so what is the meaning of outfitted in this sentence? It means equipped, okay? So in vocabulary in context, as mentioned, you can rely on looking for the conjunction or which presents an alternative meaning for the highlighted word. Number 5 is transferred. This baby alligator will be transferred or moved to another area when it grows larger. Of course, it has to be placed in its natural habitat. So what is the meaning of transferred in this sentence? Transferred means moved or to be passed from one place to another. Number 6 is calculate. To calculate a cheetah's speed, measure the time it takes to cover a certain distance. So cheetah is one of the fastest, if not the fastest animal on Earth. So the meaning of calculate, which I know you're familiar with because it's a mathematical term, is to figure or to compute. So in this case, you're going to compute for speed by measuring distance over time. Number 7 is snug. It is important for an animal's collar to be snug, but not so tight that it is uncomfortable. So look at the collars right here of the dogs. Do you think they're feeling comfortable with the way that their collars are placed? Yes, we suppose so. It should not be snug, or it should not be so tight or close-fitting that it would make them uncomfortable. Number 8 is perch. Eagles and many other birds roost high on a perch to see prey or to avoid predators. So being in higher ground, it's a part of the adaptation mechanism of birds like the eagle. So what is the meaning of perch in this sentence? Perch means a spot above the ground for resting or sitting, like what you see here in the picture. Number 9 is enthusiastic. This dog is quite enthusiastic about chasing and catching flying discs. So just look at the dog's reaction. He's very much involved in the game. Okay, so he's an enthusiast of flying discs. So enthusiastic in this sentence means showing a high or excited interest. Number 10 is beaming. This girl is beaming over the news that her family is going to adopt the puppy. So look at the facial expression of this girl. It's very obvious that she is smiling. She is beaming, or in other words, smiling, grinning radiantly. Now let's proceed to our target skill. So for this lesson, we will be learning about cause and effect. So as we read Quest for the Tree Kangaroo, we have to look for causes and their effects. So what is cause? It is an event that makes something else happen. So this is the premise or the prior event. Now the effect is the opposite of cause. It is something that happens because of an earlier event. So in reading Quest for Tree Kangaroo and at the same time practicing the skill identifying cause and effect, we can use the following graphic organizer so that we can identify the relationships among ideas. So an example of cause-effect relationship would be if we continue hunting animals, then there will be an imbalance in the ecosystem. So we can also pinpoint transitional words, okay, or words that show cause-effect relationships such as a result, because, due to, since, consequently, because of, and all of these other words and phrases. So we will be discussing about this more as we proceed to our reading text. Now let's talk about genre. So the Quest for Tree Kangaroo is classified under the informational text genre. So informational text gives facts and examples. It is nonfiction. So these are the features of an informational text. First, the text structure or the way ideas and information are organized would be in a nonfiction type of organization. So you will see in there photographs, captions, headings, and subheadings, like what we have studied in the previous years. And you also have facts and details about a specific topic. This is our story cover, Quest for the Tree Kangaroo by C. Montgomery, and photographs were taken by Nick Bishop. So essential question, why is it important to research about and protect endangered animals? You can pause this video so that we can think of your answer to our essential question. Okay, so we have to research about endangered animals so that we would know their current situation in the world we're living in. Okay, so we need to know where they live. We need to know what kinds of living conditions they do have in these places. And also we need to protect them because they're part of this world. Okay, so if ever animals become endangered, there will be, as mentioned earlier, an imbalance in the ecosystem. So what does this mean for us? It means that environments will not be in the most ideal state because these animals will be gone. Okay? Now let's go to a summary of Quest for the Tree Kangaroo. So as you listen to this read aloud, try and identify the cause and effect relationships in the paragraphs that we have in here. But still, you have to download the student book in e-resources and read the entire informational text. Quest for the Tree Kangaroo. Lisa Dabek is a biologist. She studies tree kangaroos. She is leading a research expedition in Papua New Guinea. Lisa and her team want to locate or find tree kangaroos and put radio collars on them. Each collar is outfitted with an antenna. The antenna will send a signal with tree kangaroos' location. Lisa and her team can use the signal to track and study the creatures. One of Lisa's team members spots two tree kangaroos. The whole team runs to see the tree kangaroos. The tree kangaroos are not happy to be in the presence of humans. But the team members are able to catch the tree kangaroos. They bring them back to their camp. Lisa and her team give the tree kangaroos medicine to make them sleep. They put a collar on each of them. The collar is snug. They keep the tree kangaroos in a big cage for one night to watch them. One of them climbs to a high perch in the cage. The team will release the tree kangaroos back into the wild the next day. So that is our summary. Now you can pause this video to look for some cause-effect relationship that is featured in this informational text summary. For example, why do you think would Lisa and her team put radio collars around the necks or around the, let's say, limbs of these three kangaroos? It's so that they can locate the kangaroo or they can easily track it and they could study it. Okay, so this is how you identify cause effect relationship. So you have to know why a certain event happens or why a certain action is done. That is cause. And you also have to know what will happen after a certain event or after a certain action is done. So you call that the effect. Now let's connect that with national identity. Okay, you can see in here pictures of different kinds of animals since we're talking about animals in the wild like the tree kangaroo in Papua New Guinea. We have our own species in Qatar. One of the most prominent would be the Arabian oryx, which is inhabiting the desert areas and the steppe areas of the Arabian Peninsula. You can check out our references and resources for more information about this topic.